Research Center, or TRCRC. And I'll be your moderator for this beautiful evening. So currently in Banun, we just, rain just passed by. So now it's like very chill night. Yeah. So to give a context, this webinar is part of the MNS Mycology and also TRCRC Fungi Baseline Survey that we'll be doing in here, TRLC-Banun, Tropical Rainforest Living Collection Banun, where we aim to explore the diversity of fungi and their connection to the forest restorations. And tonight's session actually is one of the fundamental for us here in TRCRC Banun, for us to understand fungi and also their role in nutrient cycling or ecosystem recovery, and why this fungi is matter for our restoration effort. So before I continue, let me do some housekeeping. And so please, everyone, keep your microphone mute during the talk to minimize the background sound. And you may turn on your camera during the introduction or the Q&A if you like, because we will, if everyone can please mute. Yeah, thank you. And if you would like to turn on your camera, we will love to see maybe some familiar faces around TRCRC. And if you have a question, you can type them in chat box and we will address them at the end. We have a Q&A at the end of these sessions. So to be in mind, this session will be run around 1 hour. And then we will record this session for internal learning and reference. So if you don't want to appear in the recording, you can turn off your camera. So I guess we can recording. Yeah, we are recording now. Yep. All right, let's get started. So let me give a brief introduction of TRCRC for those are new to TRCRC. So we are a non-profit organization or NGO that working on forest restorations and research partnership across Malaysia. So our vision is to conserve and preserve threatened tropical rainforest plant species and also support other organizations in maintaining a stable forest ecosystem. So our mission focus on 2 areas. First, can we have everyone on mute? Yep. So our mission is focused in 2 areas. First is spreading environmental awareness through education and public outreach, like you guys having now. And second is to finding sustainable solution in forest conservation through responsible development and management. So when I say about different type of conservation effort, so TRCRC, we have 3 sites. So we call it as Tropical Rainforest Living Collection. Yeah. So we don't call it as nursery, or why we call it as Tropical Rainforest Living Collection, because people have the idea of having a seed bank, when you can store the seeds for future generation, or you want to keep it, delay the germination. So in our case, TRCRC, we are focusing on a very, very special family that called as 𝗿𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 where you can see the wings. So you can see with 2 wings, 3 wings, or 5 wings. So these seeds is very recalcitrant. That means it cannot be stored. Once the seed drop, it detect moisture and it will start to grow. So what we having here is living collection. That's why we have living collection around Malaysia. The first living collection that we have is a 𝗵𝘁𝗁𝗏𝗏𝗏, have been running more than 10 years, and it's a very different restoration planning. So 𝗏𝗏𝗏, before this, the site was oil palm plantation, and now it's converting to forest. And for us, I based in Amanjaya Forest Reserve in Perak. Also a very different strategy, because here is not oil palm, but before this is a logging concession. So we have a different of strategy to do restoration. And we have our HQ in Elmina, Selangor, and also different strategy because Elmina setting in the urban setting. So they do urban replanting and also educations. So we have 3 sites in TRCRC. So let me bring and zoom you into the Amanjaya Forest Reserve site. Yep. So as you can see in this map, so this is a Belum Temenggung Forest Complex. It's one of the largest forest reserve or patches that you can still have in Peninsula Malaysia. So as you see in the maps, on the top we have a Royal Belum State Park, and then down we have Temenggong Forest Reserve, and in between, if you guys familiar riding this road, so this is actually in the middle is a 𝗘𝗰𝗁𝗁𝗍 Highway or East-West Highway. So actually this highway is in Amanjaya Forest Reserve. So together with 𝗘𝗰 Forest Reserve, it's made up as a Belum Temenggong Forest Complex. And we are so lucky to be in the middle of Amanjaya Forest Reserve. We have 500 hectare that leased by the state to develop a living collection and to support conservation and restorations. And today with me, I have a very, we are honored to have Loon with us tonight. So a bit background about Loon. Loon is a co-founder of Malaysia Nature Society or MNS Selangor Branch Mycology Group that was back in 2024. He also a passionate hiker who discovered his love for fungi through exploration and citizen science. And since that, he is hooked. So he cannot run away from fungi anymore. I still remember I met him last year at Bukit Wawasan, and I just love how he engaged with participants and how knowledge he is. As you can see in the picture, not sure which one you attracted more, to the fungus or to Loon. I think you will attract to Loon more than the fungus. Yeah. Although he hold a master degree in pharmaceutical technology, even the name also hard to pronounce. This is very different type of master degree. His enthusiasm for fungi diversity and ecosystem preservation has driven him to share knowledge on mushroom appreciation and also ecological importance of fungi. So tonight, he will be introducing us to the fascinating world of fungi and their vital role in maintaining forest balance and resilience. So without further ado, I will hand the session to Loon for his presentation. Over to you, Loon.
Okay, thank you, Gilbert. So it's a very cool introduction. Okay, okay, let me share my screen. Okay. Okay, let me convert up the presentation mode. Let me up the laser pointer. Okay. Okay, so a very good evening to all of you. Thank you for joining us in this webinar. The topic of the webinar is fungi introduction and their roles in the forest ecosystem. This is a citizen webinar by MNS Selangor Branch Mycology Group. So let us walk through the webinar. So to discover the fungal diversity and promoting the Amanjaya Forest Reserve. Okay, let's go. Okay, a little bit history on MNS Selangor Branch. So MNS Malaysian Nature Society was founded in 1940. So with a mission to conserve, appreciate, and protect Malaysia's natural heritage. So this is a very old non-profit organization. So it's very long history since before the Malaysian independence. Okay, so but then in the 1953, the members in Selangor, Kuala Lumpur, Putrajaya, Cyberjaya created the Selangor branch. Currently, there are 13 active branches in Malaysia, including Sabah and Sarawak. Okay, in last year, me and my co-founder Joseph, we established the Mycology Group. It's a special interest group focusing on the fungi to enhance the public for better understanding and appreciation and conservation of fungi in Malaysia. So our mission is to make mycology accessible to everyone on a collaborative platform share resources, field studies, and scientific research. Okay, we provide comprehensive education, innovative research, and involve community engagement. Okay, this MNS Lango branch mycology. Okay, so we call ourselves citizen scientists. We are not the scientists, we are not the researcher or academic, but we are citizen science, okay, scientists. So by definition, what is a citizen scientist? Okay, or citizen science is a practice of public participation and collaboration in scientific research to increase the scientific knowledge. Okay, citizen science is in increasing trend in Malaysia. Actually, in the last 5 years, we see more and more collaboration between university, government agency, and environmental organization with projects to engage with the public, participants in scientific projects to collect and analyze data for scientific knowledge. Okay, this increasing trend actually is driven by the growing public interest on the environmental issue and technology advancements, okay, such as now a lot of mobile apps and then a lot of online platforms. Actually, these technology advancements actually make it easier for people to participate in the data collection. The data actually could be contribute to science exploration by the scientists and researcher. So this is what the citizen science are. Okay, is okay. Citizen science, citizen science is important in fungi observation. Okay, because they involve public participations. Participates in collecting, analyzing, and interpreting data. So the data collected actually is huge, and they are true data. So this data could be utilized by researcher to do new fungi discovery, okay, new fungi description, so make science breakthrough. So this is why citizen science is important. Okay, citizen science also highly engaged with the public. So this engagement able to inspire the next generation or even the young scientists. Okay, at the same time foster the sense of ownership and stewardship of the natural environment. Okay, so okay, so what do we do, or what does mycology do? Okay, so we provide education and outreach program to the public. So we organize webinars, workshop, guided walks, or fungi foray to educate the public about fungi. So this is our group organizing an event in the Bukit Kerinci. So we are very surprised because the program or the event actually attract a lot of newcomers or new people who do not know fungi at all to explore the fungi world. You know, we also do conservation and documentation. So we do field study or mycology survey. So the data that we have, we obtain, so we contribute to this science project. Then we try to build a comprehensive database of fungi species in Malaysia. So fungi in Malaysia actually is not well documented. So we have researcher from local universities, so they do a lot of fungi research. But the lacking actually is the platform or the database for people to really further understand the fungi in Malaysia. We have actually FRIM are doing this work in I think FRIM has come up with a Malaysian fungi checklist. I think in the mid of 2015. So we don't see a further update on that book. So that book is very comprehensive with all the fungi of Malaysia, but unfortunately, it's about 10 years old. So we need more information updated in about fungi in Malaysia. Okay, so we also provide we also do projects that involve community engagement. So we encourage the local community to participate in mycology research and conservation effort. So fungi is something fascinated and then not well known in Malaysia. So we try to promote the fungi awareness and then the import of fungi to the environment. So actually, this is our aims, mission of our to the environment. So actually, this is our actually aim. Okay, hang on, there's some error just now. Okay, we also do research. Okay, the research or the data that we collected, we share the findings. The findings could be found in our blogs and other platform. Okay, I will share our finding in later slide. Okay, next. So these are examples of our group activities. So we do mycology surveys, guided walks, or fungi forays. So this is the mycology survey we did in Setia Alam Community Forest. So we do guided walks along the trail. We collect the specimens, then we bring the specimen to the meeting point where our expert mycologist Joseph and Luca will do the sharing and then explanation on the species of fungi collected. So they'll describe the features of the fungi to the participant. So by doing so, the the participants can know the fungi much better in all this in this kind of fungi foray. So you can see in the foray also we teach the people the technique how to snap photo of the fungi at their natural habitat or the in situ. So beside that, we also do workshop. We organize a public workshop for people to cultivate mushroom, to grow the mushroom at their home. So most of the time when we do a fungi foray, a lot of people will ask the question, can we eat this? Is this fungi poisonous or what? So actually we don't really encourage people to pick up wild mushroom for food purposes because it requires experience and some skill, some knowledge. So but people is still curious, okay? To satisfy their curiosity, actually we organize a mushroom cultivation workshop so that people can grow the mushroom, they can harvest the mushroom, and they can cook the mushroom. Okay, so this is part of our the activity lah. Yeah. Then we do public seminars, okay, so to promote the awareness of fungi importance to the forest ecosystem. Then we do exhibitions, okay. MNS every year MNS has organized the MNS Open Day or the special event like the Raptor Wash. So we'll do some exhibitions there with our mycology booth, so people can learn more about fungi in the exhibition booth. Okay, next. Okay, a little bit of myself. Okay, so Jabat has introduced me a little bit just now. Actually, I has a master degree in pharmaceutical technologies, and my basic degree is chemistry. Actually, I'm a chemist, so my education background actually is not related to mycology at all. So, but this means actually to know a mushroom to become a citizen scientist, you don't need to hold a degree in biology or mycology, but as long as you have a passion, you do your study, your self studies, and you find mentor, you always become a experienced, a skillful citizen scientist. I'm lucky enough that I made up with a few mentors. So they are from they are mycologists, they are the expert in fungi. So they guided me a lot. So they share a lot of knowledge, experience to me. That's why actually I learned mushroom. I do mushroom hunting and studying, and then achieving this level in these 3 years. So of course, a lot of study, a lot of own. Driven by my passion. That's why I know mushroom well, but not up to the expertise. I mean the researcher level, but pretty good. Okay, so I'm an active hiker. So I used to hike often in the community forest until one day I found the blue mushroom. Is so fascinated. Then from that day almost actually I got hooked. So then I start to learn fungi and start to learn about citizen science. Okay. So last year actually me and Joseph we co-founded the Mycology Special Interest Group in MNS. So MNS actually, like I explained, actually is a very long history environmental conservation group. But when we joined the MNS, we found that how come there's no people studying about mushroom in the group? So they have expert in bird, they have expert in flora and fauna, but we found that we discovered there's no people expert in or top, interest in mushroom. That's why we come up with the idea, why not we create something new? It's a mycology group in the MNS, so it's for accepted and and very fortunate that yes, we receive a huge support from them. So after a year, so actually we receive a lot of positive feedback from the public. So looks like the effort that we put, actually we see some positive sign. So this really keep up our passion to continue doing the job. Yeah. Okay. I also do some collaboration through data sharing and close partnership with mycologists and experts from FRIM, University Malaysia Sabah, and Kunming Institute of Botany, KIB. So actually, the experts from this institute, they guide me a lot. So they teach me a lot on the fungi and then the technicals about the fungi. So and I from the knowledge I learn, I try to share it to my members so that people get to know fungi better. Okay, so I also sometimes I travel to overseas. I will meet up with mushroom communities from around the world. So we link to our society and their society. We link together, so we exchange the knowledge. So we share the learning about mushroom. So far I did the fungi foray together with them. This is in Japan. This is in Minnesota, US, and this Georgia, US, and this Joseph, my good friend, co-founder of Mycology Group. So this me. So yeah, hopefully this information can inspire you all to be passionate on the mushroom in Malaysia, to learn about mushroom or fungi in Malaysia. Okay, next. Okay, so okay, let us go to the main topic of today, fungi introduction to the beginners. Yeah. So the topic that I'm going to cover is what is a fungi versus a mushroom. Sometimes we interchange the word. Sometimes we refer to fungi and sometimes we refer to mushroom. Why? Actually, there's a reason. Okay, then I'll explain a little bit on the mushroom life cycle. Then is the basic mushroom morphology. Mushroom morphology basically is the features of the mushroom. This is important to know the features of mushroom so that you can do a basic mushroom identification on the field. So with this knowledge, you can know this is what a family of mushroom and versus the rest of family of mushroom. Okay. Then I'll talk a little bit on major fungi groups and their roles in forest ecosystem. The major fungi group are saprophytic fungi. This is the group of fungi that are under the group as a decayer, decomposer, or nutrient recycler. Then we'll talk about on the ectomycorrhizal mushroom or symbiotic mushroom. This is a very important group of fungi that support plants and flora in the forest. So they support the trees to grow better and healthier. Okay. Then we'll talk about the parasitic fungi. Parasitic fungi is also play a role in the natural selection. So they'll remove trees that is not healthy, sick, and they will also control the population of certain insects. Without a fungi, certain insects like ants might be overpopulate. Yeah, so this is the role of the key fungi groups in the forest ecosystem. Okay. Okay. Fungi is not a plant. It has its own kingdom. Fungi is separated from plant since 1970. In the past, people mistakenly misunderstood fungi as a plant because they grow like plants. They grow from the soil. Okay, so they found in the forest soil. Okay, so people thought they are plant, but actually they are not plant. They are close related to animal. Okay. Okay, without fungi, there will be no flora and fauna. Okay. So in last year, 2024, National Geographic Society actually has named uh, fungi as fungi. Actually, the latest trend now actually is flora, fauna, and fungi. Not we used to heard people mention flora and fauna of the forest, okay, but actually the third F is always forgotten. So it should be flora, fauna, and fungi. So these three F actually are equally important for the life on this planet to exist. Okay. Okay, mushroom is actually the fruiting body of the fungi. Okay. Fungi actually is the huge mycelium network that is stay underground. We can't see fungi in the forest. Okay, they stay underground, hidden underground. We can't see. When the condition is suitable, so they will grow the fruiting body. The fruiting body is actually mushroom. Okay, so mushroom is something like rambutan fruit on a tree. So the tree is the fungi or the mycelium network. Then the rambutan fruit actually is a mushroom. So rambutan or the fruits, sorry, the tree grow the fruit, grow the flower develop into fruit and then bear the seeds. So the seed later will spread to elsewhere to grow another baby tree. Similar like fungi. Fungi will grow the mushroom. Mushroom will spread the spore. So the spore will land in other area. So and form another baby fungi, for examples. Okay. So mycelia is a huge network. Scientists name them as a World Wide Web. So it's a huge network, stay under the ground. So it's grow deep into the soil and it's covered huge area, land area. So it's important for the forest ecosystem. Okay. Okay. Mushroom life cycle. So this is a bit technical for newcomer or a lay person. So I try to explain it as simple as possible. So I put some note here so that you all can refer if you all do not understand. I mean do not understand the terms that I use. Okay. So like I explained, fruiting a mushroom actually is a fruiting body. So at the base of the mushroom actually is the mycelia. So mycelia is a fungi. So when condition is optimum or suitable, so they will grow the fruiting body. In the case here is mushroom. So the mushroom will spread the spore to the air. So the spore is released to the air, carried by the wind, or actually spore is very tiny and very light. Actually, they are floating in the air. Okay. So eventually it will land on the area like dead wood or dead tree branches or leaf litters. So it will start to colonize that area. Okay. So when they colonize by growing into hyphae. So hyphae actually is a fungal spore, germinated fungi spore, fungal spore. You can imagine it's something like tree seedlings when they start to germinate. So they'll branch. I mean, they'll extend their roots and then they'll open up. So similar to a fungal spore. So develop into a hyphae. So the hyphae actually is thread-like filaments. Okay, very tiny. So when two hyphae meet up together, okay, so they'll combine and develop as the mycelia. So scientists believe that each hyphae contains half of the genetic information. So they need another hyphae to combine and merge to complete the genetic information exchange and develop as mycelia. You can imagine it's something like a male and female hyphae lah. It's something like that, but it's not actually exactly like that. So they need to combine and merge, so they form the mycelia. So the mycelia will continue grow, and then when the condition is optimized, so when they receive the sufficient moisture, okay, sufficient nutrient, then they'll form the primordial. Okay, this is a very tiny fruiting body. Then the fruiting body will start to grow as a mushroom. So then this cycle will continue over and over. Okay, a lot of people ask, if we found a mushroom in the wild, can we pick it or can we pluck it? Will this plucking will do harm to the fungi? But actually, No, you are not harming the fungi. Actually, fungi is something like a fruiting body, something like a fruit from the tree. It needs animal, it needs external party to intervene to spread, help them to spread the spore. Actually, you are plucking the mushroom. Actually, you are also helping them to spread their spore. Actually, you are doing you are helping them to spread the spore. You are not harming the fungi at all. Whenever you pluck the mushroom, the fungi is still unharmed in the soil, so it will grow the mushroom again when the condition is suitable again at the correct timing. So actually, you are not doing any harm to the fungi when you pluck the mushroom. But there's some practice we always follow when mycologists do study on the mushroom. So they will follow the practice of picking mushroom in a responsible and a sustainable way of picking a mushroom. Okay. So this is a basic mushroom morphology or the features of a mushroom. Okay, this is a very simple features. Of course, there are more, but for a layperson like us in the field study, this is the key features that you need to know. Okay, but this is the cap of the mushroom. Underneath the cap, sometimes you will see gills, pores, or teeth. So this is the area where the spore are stored. Okay, are kept in this area. Okay, so mycologists will call this area the fertile part of the mushroom. Okay. Then there's a stipe along the cap. There's a stipe. Stipe is the mycologist language. For lay person, it's a stem. Okay. So sometimes you can see a ring in the stem. Okay. Some mushroom is ringless without the ring. Some mushroom with the ring. So then at the bottom of the stipe, sometimes you can see a vulva. Vulva is part of the baby mushroom before the mushroom open up. I mean, before the eggs open up and then the mushroom pop up. So this is like a sac, or mycologists call it a universal veil. Okay, so when the mushroom pop up from the egg, open up like umbrella, is left over this organ. This organ we call it vulva. Okay, some mushroom has a very prominent vulva. Some mushroom is without the vulva. So underneath the vulva is the mycelium. So you can't see the mycelium. It's always in the underground in the soil. But sometimes when you pluck up the mushroom, you can see tiny bit of the some sort like very tiny roots. Actually, those are mycelia. Okay. Okay. This is examples of some gill mushroom that I found in my mushroom hunting or fungi foray. You can see this is the cap, and then you can see this is all the gills underneath the cap. So this is the gill mushroom. So I tend to sometimes to shoot a photo to expose the gill is a bit difficult, because you know the gill is always hidden underneath the cap. So I used to use a finger to slightly press the mushroom so that it can expose the gill. Then I can take a photo on the gill. Okay, yeah, a lot of people send a photo to us asking, hey, what is this mushroom? What is this? What's the idea? So I would say, hey friend, I can't ID for you because I can't see the gill underneath. That's why to take a proper photo to ID a mushroom, we need to see underneath the cap, and then actually we need to see all the morphology. Okay. Next is a paw mushroom. Compared to just now the mushroom, the gill mushroom, underneath the cap, there's no gill, but you can see tiny little paw. The paw could be fine paw, it could be a porous paw, a big paw, or the paw is in hexagonal, sorry, is in honeycomb shape. So this is a white color paw. So you can see the first gill mushroom and this mushroom is different. So from there I know, this could be a bolete. Just now it could be a common gill mushroom. Yeah. Then sometimes underneath the cap, you don't find the gill, you don't find the paw, but you can see some teeth or tooth mushroom here. So this is a cross section of the mushroom. You can see this structure is something like a teeth. So with this photo, I can know, oh, this could be a hedgehog mushroom or hypnum. Yeah. So when people post photo in the social media or to us asking for ID, usually you ask, hey, what's the structure underneath the cap? So from there we can do a guessing on the genus level or the family level. Okay. Then this is a mushroom with a ring, or mycologist definition. I mean, terms is annulus. You can see that along the stem here, this is a ring. You can see a ring over here and here. So this ring actually is a residue of tissue for the mushroom to protect the spore before they mature. Okay, you see the gills. The spore actually is inside the gill when the mushroom is young. So this ring actually is to protect the gill and the spore in it. You can see if you compare to the first mushroom, I mean the first gill mushroom again, you can see there's no ring, there's no annulus. This one also you can't see the ring, right? So this how we do the identification. This mushroom is with the ring. The rest we don't have. So this could be 𝗏𝗏𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴 sometimes you can see there's a membrane. This is called partial veil. Okay, this is part of the ring before the mushroom fully mature. You can see the tissue is still protecting the gill and the spore inside. Okay, then this is a mushroom with a vulva. This is pretty obvious. A vulva at the base of the mushroom. This is also a vulva. This is also a vulva, but slightly different shape. Okay, less obvious, but from mycologists or experienced people like us, we know this is a vulva. Okay, sometimes the vulva is hidden inside the soil underground. You need to dig. Okay, when you dig, then you can expose the vulva. From there we know, oh, with a vulva, and then the gills actually is with a gill and it's a free gill attachment. We know this could be a Amanita. So Amanita is a poisonous mushroom family. So this could be a poisonous mushroom. So when you understand the morphology or the key features of the mushroom, to do the mushroom identification in the field, you need to look for all this kind of the feature so that you can do a simple identification. Okay, but you not worry. You digging the soil to expose the vulva, you are not doing harm to the fungi. This is just a fruiting body. Next year, the mycelium is on at the same spot. It will grow the mushroom again. Okay. Okay. So saprophytic fungi is the largest group of fungi. So this is a group of fungi that primarily do the job to recycle the nutrient back to the nature. So they grow on dead organic matter such as the fallen trees, dead branches, leaf litters. Sometimes they grow on the cow dung and even dead insect or animals. Okay, so they are important to decompose the organic matters or the carbon material and recycling the nutrient back to the nature, so that the plants and the trees, they can obtain this nutrient to continue to grow. You know, okay, this type of mushroom actually can be easily cultivated. Okay, you can grow this kind of mushroom at home or in the mushroom farm, because to grow it you just need organic matters like sawdust, bean husk, or whatever organic material. You just spread the spore or the mycelium or the tissue culture, then you can grow this mushroom in the lab or at home. So the famous cultivated saprophytic mushroom is those like oyster mushroom, lion's mane, or the 𝗙𝗂𝘃𝗌𝗈. All those are cultivated mushroom from the farm because they can be grown in-house. Okay. So this is the examples of the saprophytic fungi. So you can see usually they grow on the tree, long dead woods, dead branches. Okay, this is a 𝗿𝗍 or 𝗿𝗍. They grow on the dead tree branches, and then wooden material substrate. This is a fan jelly fungus, and this is a 𝗔𝗔𝗔𝗔. So they all grow on the tree, dead tree or the carbon organic material. So sometimes there's a few friends of me, so they'll send photo to me. Hey, I confirm this is a gill mushroom. Okay, so I pluck it and then I take a photo underneath. Confirm it's a gill mushroom. Do you know the ID? Then I'll comment. Yeah, it's a gill mushroom. But where did you find it? Is it on the tree or is it from the soil? So my friend said, "Oh, sorry, I didn't notice." Then you get very disappointed, you know. So that's why beside knowing the morphology, you also need to know the natural habitat of the mushroom. Okay, to do the identification. From this, we know, it's a gill mushroom that grow on the wood. This could be a 𝗵𝗔𝗔𝗔. Okay, then this could be oysterling, the oysterling. I forgot the genus name. Yeah, so they grow on the wood also. Okay, it looks like oyster, but not the oyster, not the Porotus mushroom. And this is also toxic. Yeah. Okay. Then the next important fungi group is the mycorrhizal, or the full name actually is ectomycorrhizal fungi. Ecto means external, myco means is the fungi, rhizal actually is the symbiotic relationship. So it's a EMF in short, is a mycorrhizal fungi. So this group of fungi is important. So they form symbiotic relationship with the tree host, with the plant or the tree. So how the symbiotic relationship works, actually, the mycorrhizal will obtain the carbohydrates from the plant. Plant will do the photosynthesis job, convert the energy to sugar or carbohydrates. So these carbohydrates will supply to the fungi. So in return, the fungi will provide water and nutrient to the plant host. Okay, so both are in a win-win partnership. So the fungi supply the water and the nutrient to the plant, and the plant in return provide the food to the fungi. Okay, so this kind of mushroom fungi, actually they have a huge mycelial network. So this mycelia able to access to the resources that is sometimes difficult to be accessed by the plant roots. So because the mycelia can go deep into the soil underground, and then can cover a very huge land area. So they can also store a huge amount of water. That's why it's important to keep the plant healthy and grow better. Okay, this kind of mushroom is very difficult to cultivate because they need a plant host, they need a partner. Basically, you need to grow the tree first, then only from the tree you can develop the mycorrhizal fungi. Okay, not like the earlier group saprophytic fungi. You just need a organic matter, then you can grow the fungi already. For this fungi, you can't. Okay, because they follow the tree. Okay, this diagram illustrate how the mycorrhizal symbiotic relationship. Okay, the mycorrhizal with the mycorrhizal fungi with the mycelium network, actually they connect with the tree roots. So the fungi supply the minerals and waters to the plant, and the plant in return provide the food to the fungi. The food comes in carbohydrate and sugars. Okay, so to me this relationship is fascinated, but I personally feel that it's also fragile. Okay, so when you chop down the plant, the tree will die. Eventually, the fungi will also die because no longer tree host supplying the food to them. So when uncontrolled deforestation take place, in the natural, we lost the tree, we lost the flora, but eventually we also lost the fungi, because without the fungi, without the plant, the fungi cannot grow, and vice versa. Without the fungi, the plant also cannot grow healthier. Okay, this is the photo of the a young pine tree. So you can see this is the roots, and actually the roots connect with the huge network of the mycelia. So you can see this mycelia is go deep under the soil, and then it can cover a huge area. You can imagine, let's say in current weather, when it's very dry, so actually the soil actually can dry up easily if there's no rains in 1 or 2 weeks. But with the mycelia under the ground actually can store the water. They can retain the water, so can keep the water supply to the tree to continue to survive. So mycelia is very important role here. Okay. Okay, recent breakthrough. Actually, scientists now able to grow mycorrhizal in the lab. Okay, how they do it? From my readings, So they mix the seedling with a soil slurry that mix with the mycorrhizal spore. Okay, so then they try to grow the seedling in the lab, and then actually it grows. So this is a young tree. This is a young tree roots without the mycorrhizal. This is the young tree with the mycorrhizal. Okay, they also discover that a tree with the mycorrhizal actually can grow faster and healthier compared to a tree without the mycorrhizal. Okay, so actually I also found that the mycorrhizal actually is available in those online purchasing platform like Shopee and Lazada. Actually, now nursery they use mycorrhizal to grow flowers, to grow plants. Uh, so the actually the name they use mycorrhizal is organic compost or organic fertilizer, but in actual fact they are mycorrhizal. But I'm not sure what type of mycorrhizal are there lah. But now actually it's quite common now in the market. So the planters they mix mycorrhizal in their farm. Okay. Okay. So these examples of mycorrhizal fungi. These are chanterelles. They grow usually mycorrhizal. They grow from the soil nearby the tree roots. Okay. You can see this chanterelle, they grow from the soil. This is the tree roots. Actually, underneath the soil, you can actually the tree roots and the mycorrhizal, the mycelia, they link together. This is a 𝗚𝗏 scleroderma. Then this is Amanita, Lucella, and this is a Durianella. Yeah, this remind me of another friend. He sent a photo again. He asked me, "Hey, I confirm this is a gill mushroom. It's grown from the soil. Can you help me to identify it?" Then I look at the photo. I said, "Oh, good. Yeah, it's grown from the soil, and then with the vulva. This could be an Amanita. But do you know what is the tree nearby? How is the tree? What is the shape of the tree leaves? Do you know the name of the tree?" Then my friend actually very fed up, disappointed. I think from that day he no longer want to talk to me already. Yeah, so these are examples of the dilemma of doing the identification by just a mere photo, you know. We need to know the morphology of the fungi, we need to know the natural habitat, and sometimes we need to know the tree host. For this case, actually, the expert in frame actually able to confirm for us. Actually, this Amanita actually is forming the mycorrhizal with this tree, Merawan siput jantan or Hopia adorata. Okay, this photo is provided by my good friend Lenny. Yeah, so he found this Amanita on the roadside, and then with the tree. Okay, so this how we do identification on the field. Yeah, beside knowing the mushroom features, and then we also need to know the tree host. Okay. Okay, just now I mentioned is mycorrhizal actually is a partnership between tree and fungi. Fungi can also do partnership with insect. One example here is 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 build a home for the 𝗏𝗏tomyces for the fungi called fungus comb. So the build home for the fungi will grow in that chamber, and then the fungi will feed the termites with the plant matter. Actually, termites, they cannot digest the cellulose. They cannot digest the fiber. So they feed the fiber to the fungi. So the fungi will decompose that material, and so that it is digestible for the termites. And in return, actually, the termites cultivate the fungi in their nest. Usually, you found 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 𝗏𝗏𝗏 microcarpus. You can see they grow on top of a termite nest. So this is how it looks like. This is the gills, and then there's no ring, and there's no 𝗏𝗏. Okay, the very popular edible mushroom from our kampong folks actually is the cendawan tahun or cendawan busuk. This type of mushroom quite commonly found in oil palm plantation or rubber trees plantation. So usually they grow on the termite nest. Okay, so it's a prized wild edible mushroom by orang asli or the kampong folks. Okay, okay. I wanted to share this interesting photo. I also found this mushroom in my usual fungi foray or mushroom hunting, and among this mushroom actually is grow the poisonous mushroom. This is 𝗥𝗏𝗏 trichodes. So so this shows that for untrained person, harvesting wild edible mushroom is high risk. Sometimes growing among them could be 1 or 2 poisonous mushroom. So, but luckily this is quite obvious. The shape is quite obvious to differentiate. But sometimes they are very look alike. So you just collect, then accidentally collect this, and then you cook them together. Then end up you got the mushroom, the food poisonous, or the mushroom toxicity. Yeah, it happened. So usually we don't recommend people to harvest wild mushroom unless the person is trained, experienced, then only they can do it, but not the ordinary person, untrained person. Yeah. Okay. I also discovered that 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 have a UV light, you just put them on the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, you can find that, oh, actually the fluorescent amazing. Yeah. Okay. Actually, not all mushroom have this fluorescent response, because only certain of them has this fluorescent response. That's why using a UV light is also one way to do the mushroom identification. But this can only be done by expert lah, not a lay person. Okay. Okay. The other group of fungi actually is parasitic fungi. Okay, this is a type of fungi that could do harm to the host. Just now, the symbiotic mushroom or the mycorrhizal mushroom, they are in a win-win partnership. But for this type of mushroom, no, the fungi is causing harm to the host. Okay, usually they will obtain the nutrient and causing damage to the function or structure of the host. Okay, parasitic fungi can affect plants and animals, like the cordyceps. These fungi actually they grow on insect. This group of fungi is called entomopathogenic fungi. Okay, entomo means is the insect. Okay. Parasitic fungi can also attack live plants. Okay. This group of fungi we call phytopathogenic fungi. Phyto means usually refer to flora or the plant. Okay. Sometimes fungi also attack another fungi. Okay, it's interesting. So if this happen, this form of behavior we call mycoparasitism. So examples of fungi that are attacking other fungi is trichoderma and hypomyces. Okay. Okay, so this is an examples of mycoparasitic fungi. So this is a hypomyces. Actually, you can see white color mold, something like white color mold grow on the fungi, on the bolete. So it's make the bolete something like crazy. So it's excrete a lot of glutation. Eventually, it will kill the bolete. Then this is a spinalis bonnet mold. This is a normal fungi, Mycena. So the fungi, the parasite fungi will grow on top of the cap. For this fungi, it won't kill the host, but it's only use the cap as a vessel to grow. So actually the mushroom and the Mycena is still survive. Okay. The next parasitic fungi is phytopathogenic fungi. This is rigidoporous microporous. Is growing on a living tree. So different than the saprophytic fungi, they grow on dead tree. So they only recycle back the organic matter. But this type of fungi actually is attack the living tree and then eventually it will kill it. Okay, so you might say this is a bad fungi lah. Okay, but there's a role played by this fungi. Actually, those trees that are sick or old, or the trees that are not healthy, so very prone to attack by fungi. So actually, they are doing the natural selection here. Okay. Of course, people plantation from the plantation industry, like rubber trees, palm oil plantation, they hate this kind of fungi lah. So it will attack their plantation and then will reduce their crop yield. So they'll tend to put a lot of fungicide to kill this kind of fungi. Okay, of course it will be bad to the environment. Yeah. So this is another type of parasitic fungi. It's a entomopathogenic fungi. So it's attack insect. So the most common entomopathogenic fungi that I've seen in the wild actually is cordyceps, 𝗵𝐴𝐴𝐵. So actually this is a living ant. They're infected by the cordyceps, the fungi, and then the fungi will manipulate the behavior of the ants, and then the fungi will grow from the inside of the ant on a living ant, and eventually it will kill it. Okay, it looks cruel, but there's still a role played by this fungi. Actually, they control the population of the ant in the forest. Okay, without this fungi, maybe the ant will grow uncontrolled. Okay. I also spotted some very rare, yeah, it's not common. You don't always find them in the wild. It's a 𝗵𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐵 tenuipus. This grow on a 𝗚𝗂𝗃 pupa. Okay, 𝗚𝗂𝗃, the young 𝗚𝗂𝗃 actually they stay in the ground, hibernate before they come out to the surface. Actually, under the ground, sometimes it's get infected with the cordyceps. So the cordyceps will grow from their pupil, and then this is the fruiting body. So later, the fruiting body will spread the spore. Then the spore will affect another baby 𝗚𝗂𝗃. Also sounds cruel, but this is the nature. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So this is part of the mycology survey at Amanjaya Forest Reserve. Okay. Amanjaya Forest Reserve was once rich in biodiversity. Okay. And now it's still considered important because it's one of the ecological corridor for large mammal species to move around, like Malayan tiger, sun bear, elephant. So it's also a significant wildlife habitat because it's located in the heart of the northern Banjaran Titiwangsa. Currently, the public available documentation on the fungi found in the forest is not available. We have tried to search the record and then the information we can't really find actually. But there's some fungi observation recorded in the INET lah. So if you go through this link, you can see some observation found. Not a lot. I would say maybe around 10 to 30 around there. Okay. So the strategy that we use to do this mycology survey, actually we aim to do a survey to document the diversity found in the forest, and we also to provide training and equip the local team with the essential knowledge about fungi. So, and also the skills needed in the field study and data collection, things like fungi identification, fungi photography technique, and then how to shoot the important features. So we'll train the people there so that more people involved, more trained person contribute to this database. We can have more complete information on the fungi diversity at the location. So the planned survey date actually is 14, 15, 16 November. Okay. Okay, questions. Yeah. Let me go through the question. Okay. I have reviewed the questions from the participant during the registration. I think most of them are covered from my presentation. I'm not sure if they have any more question in this webinar. Yeah, let me stop the sharing. If there's any question in the chat.
Yep. Thank you so much, Lun, for the deeply presentation. Yeah, I guess we have a few questions in the chat box. Just want to check with you guys. I guess because we are quite late at the time now, so I hope you guys don't mind to stay until like maybe around like 9:30. If not, I mean Lun can keep. I'm not sure. Depends on Lun also if you want to keep entertain the question lah. What do you think, Lun?
Yeah, I can try my best to answer some of the question. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Lun. Yeah, like Lun say lah, like we like some when we put up the registration form, some of you guys asking a question in the form. So I guess most of it, I think Lun pretty much answered it. But I guess we have maybe a few interesting in the chat box. Let me check one. I think got. So yeah, I think in the first few slides, you talking about 𝗙𝗵, right, Lun? So
Yeah.
you say that you need to drop and find to connect. So it must be in the same species or family or how it works. Yeah, that's the question from the chat box.
Yeah, it should be same species. Yeah, but it could be different spore. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Yeah.
Lun,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. When you're talking about the 𝗙𝗵, right? You say the same species when they manage to find each other, then they can form the
Mycelia.
the
Mycelia.
mycelia. The mycelia. And then you said also that it can mix with another from a different species?
No. You know, the same species.
Only same one.
Yeah, only same one. Actually, same species, same mushroom, or could be another mushroom. So they release billions of spore, you know. The spore landed on maybe on the same substrate. The spore germinate, and then they grow into tiny hyphae. The hyphae actually will extend their filament, and then the filament and from one spore will meet up with another spore, then they will combine together and form the mycelia.
So far, there's nobody trying to combine two different species of their hyphae together to form a different species altogether.
I don't think so, unless it is a genetically modified species. Yeah.
Okay, that's all my question. Thanks.
Yes, thanks, Yuling. So next we have a few questions about the parasitic fungi. So will the fungi grow on their host? In what condition the fungi will grow on their host? Is it like by opportunistic, by the spores travel, or is that like specific environmental condition that will trigger the growth of the parasitic fungi on the host?
Oh, okay. In the examples of cordyceps on ants, so actually when the ant infected with the fungi, so it will manipulate the ant to climb above certain height. Then it will grip to the tree leaves or even the twigs or the branches. When it reaches certain height, when it meets certain condition like suitable moisture or temperature, then the parasite, the spore, the fungi will start to grow from inside of the ant, and they will spread the spore. So maybe underneath there'll be a lot of ants from the nest. So the ant from the underneath will also get infected with the spore. So you can imagine how smart is the parasitic fungi, cordyceps. So it manipulate the infected ants to climb to certain height. Then you grow the spore. Grow the antenna. Examples. Then the antenna will spread the spore to others ant underneath the area.
Yep. Okay. And then I think I a few questions very interestingly asking about Ditrocarps. So one question, are there known mycorrhizal species that partner with Ditrocarpaceae?
Yes, we in the literature review a lot actually. Most of the mycorrhizal that we found actually symbiotic with the 𝗵𝗄𝐴 plant family plant. So actually, compared to, I think 𝗵𝗄𝐴 is a broad leaf hardwood tree, right? Yeah. So compared to Western country or the high altitude country like the pine tree, conifer tree, so the type of mushroom found actually is different. Because of the tree later, you know the famous Super Mario mushroom, the red color mushroom, Amanita muscaria. We cannot find those mushroom here in Malaysia because those mushroom mycorrhizal with the, I can't remember, is an oak tree or a pine tree. So we don't have that kind of tree here. That's why we cannot find the Super Mario mushroom here in Malaysia. So it's very exclusive to the tree partners.
Yep. Thank you. So the next question is, I think it's quite common question. How you differentiate edible from poisonous mushroom? Question
Okay.
from BL Tan.
Okay. First of all, you need to identify the mushroom first. So actually, poisonous. I mean, our parents or people told us, colorful mushroom will be toxic. A plain color mushroom might be non-toxic, but that is totally untrue. Okay. The most deadly mushroom could be just very boring white color mushroom. So this is a wrong understanding. Actually, mushroom actually is belongs to the family. The poisonous mushroom actually is belong to the family mushroom that is poisonous. So we need to identify the mushroom first. Then we know that mushroom belong to which mushroom and which genus or species level. From there only we know this is a toxic mushroom or not. So it's not a direct, straightforward answer. But basically, you need to know that mushroom first. Then only you study whether there's a data available that mushroom is poisonous, edible, or non-edible. Basically, you need to know the mushroom first. There's no common answer like colorful mushroom is poisonous, non-colorful is non-poisonous. No, there's no common rules actually.
Interesting. Okay, thank you. The next question is from Nabila Huda. How challenging are the taxonomical classification of fungi?
Wow, very challenging. Okay. So actually, I think taxonomy actually is one studies is a study of mushroom the mushroom on their family, on their genus, for mushroom classification. So we need to identify mushroom, we need proper lab equipment like DNA sequencing, microscopic analysis, to look at the spore, to look at the tissue of the mushroom, to proper identify a mushroom in a species level. So actually on the field, if those mushroom with very obvious features, we can do the identification usually up to genus level, but not the species level. Okay, so with that equipment and knowledge, then only you can build a comprehensive taxonomy studies of the mushroom.
Yep. I hope that answered the question for Cik Nabila Huda. The next question, you're talking about the relationship between the tree and also the fungi. Like question from Amma Hamza, how fragile is fragile for mycorrhizal fungi symbiosis with the host plant? Like, can a pesticide kill the fungi? And actually, if the fungi die, and then eventually can it kill the healthy and big host plants such as the chocarp tree?
Fungicide actually, yeah, that's why in the plantation, so I feel it very bad. Actually, you kill the parasitic fungi, and together you also kill the mycorrhizal fungi. Because fungicide is usually a chemical substance that is maybe acidic. Fungi actually don't like acidic soil. They cannot grow very good in acidic soil. So you put that chemical, you kill the parasitic fungi, at the same time you kill the mycorrhizal. That's why in the plantation, so to compensate the loss of mycorrhizal, the tree will grow very unhealthy, and then to compensate this unhealthy of the tree or the low crop yield, the planters they need to use chemical fertilizer. okay, and very high dose to boost back the healthy of the plant. Yeah, it's very contradict actually.
Yep. I hope that answer for Hamzah. Okay, I think this question I think quite interesting even for me lah, because as an NGO we run by this. So, hi Lun, based on your experience, is there any grant or fund open to support mycology study program research project in Malaysia?
Yes, I aware that there's some grant, but usually it's for university or the local research institute. For citizen science, I think they need collaboration with this research institute and or the government agency. But I'm not aware about the grant for the citizen science. Yeah.
So even for you, you cannot apply grant lah, Lun.
I think maybe yes, but very challenging.
All right. I think maybe last or second last lah. Are there any ex situ spore bank and mycology conservation? Like
In
seed
si-
bank?
Oh, okay. We have some herbarium we call fungarium. Yeah, I think we have a few of them. I think in Frame and also in University Malaysia Sabah and a few more. Yeah.
Wow, nice to know. It's also new to know that. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
maybe this will be the last lah, I guess. So got few people ask about garden or fertilizer. So first one will be is there any commercial available fungi sold to control garden snail pests, to kill garden snail with commercial fungi?
Use fungi as a fungicide. I mean, this is I'm not too sure. Sorry, I can't answer that.
Okay.
I'll check
Yeah.
and try to answer you in our Facebook.
All right. I guess, yeah, okay. That case, okay. I think we have a closing question from Nabila Huda. Out of all the group of organism that we have, why do you love fungi? She laughed, haha.
Yeah, fungi is the most forgotten kingdom. You remember the the third F is the least understood and the most forgotten kingdom. Yeah, so and it's equally important. That's why we found that it's least understood. That's why it's our mission to make people understood more about it. Yeah, and appreciate them similar to appreciating the flora and fauna.
Okay, yes. Great question, everyone. Thank you for engaging actively. I see a few people ask about how can they join mycology or how they want to join trade. Maybe Lun, you can share if you guys got social media or how can they join this or yeah.
Yeah, follow us on our official Facebook and our Instagram. So usually we do some activities once in a month, like fungi foray or workshop. Yeah, just follow us in our Facebook and the IG. Yeah.
You got IG also, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you guys can follow them on Facebook and IG. So yeah, before we wrap up, so a quick reminder that this sharing session is part of our preparation for the Fungi Baseline Survey here in our site in TRLC-Banun. So I hope my team who joined this, I hope you guys are excited and ready to join with them. So we hope tonight talk has given you guys a new appreciation for how fungi play a crucial role in supporting and connecting life within our forest, like Lun mentioned, the flora fauna and fungi. Yes. So on behalf of TRCRC and MNS Mycology Group, thank you again to Lun for sharing his passion and expertise. And thank you for everyone for spending your evening with us. Have a great night. Have a great weekend, whatever you guys doing. And yeah, for MNS Mycology, we guys see you in Banun next week. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.